Hold on, my name is Yannick. You can call me Y-Dub or Dubs or whatever you want. I'm 27 years old and I am lucky enough to live on the coast. Down in Cornwall. If you're new to this page, I do lots of fitness type videos and coastal videos, whether that be showing off what I'm currently walking, showing off some of my favourite places along the coast, or just taking you on for little journeys. As many of you can tell, places like this are incredible for both physical and mental fitness, which is what I am all about. Today I'm going to be taking you around what is one of my most local and one of my go-tos for a short walk. I am walking around Pentire Farm / the Rumps. It can get pretty boggy in places around here, but that's just how it is on the coast, especially this time of year. It's been pissing it down with rain. I'd say this one takes anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half, depending on how fast or slow you want to go. Distance circular is about 5k. It's quite a good place to train, like running. You've got some flats, you've got some hills, all of the above. Hopefully, we might be able to get a bit of a sunset I can show you guys this evening. We get quite a few around these ends, and they are pretty luscious, but it's quite cloudy. I've just missed a pretty heavy rain. So I mean, hopefully that's going to be it for the rain today, but we shall see, we shall see. If you know Cornwall at all, facing this way, not sure if you'll be able to make it out, you probably can. Headland in the distance, Tintagel, and then a little bit, if you can make it out in the far distance, that will be down towards Bude. Got a lovely bit of the coastline around here. I also plan on recording a lot more of my big hikes as well. For those who already know, I have walked the entire southwest coast path, Minehead around to Poole, and I'm, as and when I can, I'm heading up towards Weston-super-Mare Way. My next hike should actually take me to Weston-super-Mare, but between now and then I'm actually going up to London, so it's probably going to be a good minute until I can actually get out on that hike. But I'm looking forward to it. Main goal for my next hikes is to make it into Wales. We're heading down that way. Shouldn't take too long to get over there. Just gotta hope the weather stays on our side on this one. You know, so much of it is just like this. It's just so boggy. You gotta be quite careful of your footing. Slip city is what it is around here, especially this time of the year. After a few rains, the coast path can get pretty slick and slimy. But if YouTube is seeing this, hello. I'm really not used to these vloggy type videos. I tell you, when I started my big hikes, walking the southwest coast path, I don't think I was expecting to go as far as I did, so I didn't really film much of it at the start. I took a bunch of photos, so if you are seeing this on YouTube and you would like to go back through some old photos of my walks on the southwest coast path, my TikTok, Y-Dub Fitness, I'll tag it. So if you wanted to go and check out those photos of the Southwest Coast Path, they'll be on there. I did start vlogging a little bit of it, maybe about halfway around, but for some reason I just didn't think about actually uploading any of it to YouTube. So I think every big hike I do now, I'm gonna aim to vlog the entire thing. So although YouTube has missed my Southwest Coast Path excursions, you will be seeing much more and beyond. I do wish I filmed a lot more of it, but it's that shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm starting now, so that's what it is, you know. Like many others these days, I've had my fair share of kind of mental health battles. Still do, and will most likely always have them, but that's just how the cards have been dealt. But I think, I mean, just getting out on the coast itself, doing all of these walks, exploring these places and just experiencing what nature can actually give. So, however cheesy it may sound, it does help a lot. Yeah, it is gorgeous around here. Look at that. Okay, I'm not going to name and shame that guy because he was an old fella and it might have just been a mistake. But if you see gates at all when you're ever on the coast path, make sure you close them after yourself. Even if you come across them and they're open, make sure you close them. Oh! Hell of a save, hell of a save. This is the entrance to the rumps. Yeah, we'll go up there quick. Cool. This wind. It's going to be even more crazy when we get to the top of this. So going up that, I'm not sure how steep it even looks on the camera. I do promise it is quite steep. Yeah, it is quite steep. Oh. Oh. Beautiful. Okay, there's a little bit of, not a whole lot of wind. Nice view from here as well. Look at that. Amazing. Woo! So we're going down there and then up that way, along and around that side. Doesn't look like we're going to get a sunset tonight. Wind is coming at me right now, but we've got some blue sky. We're kind of completely surrounded by clouds though, but it seems I've picked the right spot to go to today. Beautiful. All right there. That's mental. Got someone running out in these winds today. He's just on the footpath above me. Shorts and a vest. I mean, he is running, but fair play to him, that's mad. Have a look at that. Yeah, this happens quite a lot. But I mean, it's a bit of acrobatics, bit of wide step as you open her up, and again, and again, and then wide step to pull her back. So no matter how grim the gates are, if you can, shut it. All right. Damn. That's runner number 2. This guy's definitely a bit more, I'd say a bit more sane. He's got some thermals on as he's running. Yeah, if I'm doing one of my like 30k to ultra marathon hikes, I'm still wearing shorts, but I'll take this now. Now it's getting a bit colder, I'll wear the coat as well. But yeah, when I'm doing those long distances, your legs stay warm. They might not be warm straight off the bat, but once they get warm, usually they're warm until the end. The longest distance I've ran is I've only done a 10k as my longest. Hiked 50, ran 10. Here it is. Down in the distance there, you've got Polseth, which is a lovely beach. Anytime it's holiday season though, it is packed to the brim. The car park itself is on the beach. It's like its own section, but it's still on the beach. And there's been many times where people like to park just the other side of where it's been marked, and they come back to their car at the end of the day and it's literally in the ocean now. This is the entrance to the lovely Camel Estuary. First town in on the right hand side is Padstow. First town in on the left hand side is Rock. And that goes all the way down for miles and miles and miles. Way up to the moorland. The headland in the distance that we can see is Trevose Head. Beautiful. There's a lighthouse there, which is quite nice. Got many lovely beaches in between, including Harlyn and Trevone. We're going to get walking down this way towards Polseth. Lovely beach. And more of this. Pray for the best, eh? Well, we're definitely not going to be fortunate enough to see the sunset. It is in 8 minutes. If I had more daylight, I'd actually go down there, but it's going to start getting dark pretty soon after the sun actually sets. So I'll go down. I'll take you down there another day. Quite popular, not like cliff diving, but you know what I mean, like cliff jumping, coast steering. That's the one. Yeah. Obviously not when it's this choppy. Summertime is usually the best for that kind of stuff. And yeah, some gnarly people like to do it off the top of this bit that I was just standing at down to there. I couldn't get myself to jump off or something like that. It's not ridiculously high. It's just a bit sketchy to get to. All right, a lot of people have been asking me, what shoes do I wear on my hikes? What do I go for? And some are surprised by the answer. I don't actually use hiking boots or shoes per se, even though I'm doing at times ultra marathons, but most of the time it's like 30k to a marathon is what I'll do on the long distance. But I find the hiking boot slash shoe, the soles, to be a little too rigid for my liking. I personally need an extra bit of dexterity, kind of feel and movement with my toes. I get the idea of the hiking boot and shoe is to be perfectly fine on those rocky places, but I find personally not having that extra dexterity with my toes to be a bit of a downside. So what I go for is this. Pretty beat up right now, I tell you. They've done me well. I believe I've done like 600 to 800 kilometers in them. They're actually a trail running shoe rather than the traditional hiking shoe. You know what I mean? Like over the rock, I need that, which I don't quite get from the hiking boot. I also go for a low cut ankle, and I understand that having that high cut ankle, it's meant to kind of brace and support a little bit. I don't really want to rely on something bracing my ankles. I want to make sure that my ankles are always strong enough and they got that dexterity to them as well, where they can just keep it going and moving in all angles rather than hand something around it like that. Those two things are slight benefits I find from a trail running shoe over a hiking boot, hiking shoe. That's my personal preference. I know many will disagree with me, because many have disagreed with me. Perfect example of each to their own. But yeah, that's just why I wear what I wear on my feet. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, because I've had mixed opinions myself when I've spoken to people about it, and I'm sure this will bring up some more. Yeah, we're just coming down the old pathway to the car park now. There's a lovely view to finish it off, eh? Don't know if you'll be able to make this out. It might be a bit too dark to see any of that. We've just been on a nice stroll around Pentire Point and the Rumps. Not to confuse Pentire Point with Pentire Head. Pentire Head is in Newquay. Pentire Point, Poles F. Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed the walk. See you again.